Hi, good morning. Welcome back to the Convergence or Sovereignty series. I'm Jamie Rice, the developer of the science of Poli-Si. It's an acronym for Policing Science, Systems, Thought, and Consciousness, and the architect of the Poli-Si Sovereign Resonant Formalism. The formalism is a blueprint for operationalizing consciousness and sovereign biofield encryption. And the science of Poli-Si is a systems map for bridging consciousness and navigating through organic life systems in support of sovereignty. So it is a self-governing, active learning, defense and response model of thought processed through an active listening, self-propagating, non-dual somatic program language for mind, brain, heart, nervous system, free will, coherence. So right now, I'm sort of hovering around cellular language. And the reason for that is because that is the control layer that we have control over, but we have to flip our awareness, perceptions, intentions, motivations, and behaviors, and basically radically align with self-accountability to align with the forensic truth through transparency, coherence, and authenticity. So it's going to take some time to reroute consciousness. So the entire Convergence or Sovereignty series is basically to give you the tools to protect your neurocognitive anatomical rights in an era that is basically rapidly merging with synthetic biology to your biology. So if you don't understand how your cellular communication works, then your system can be influenced without you ever realizing it, or worse, it can become hijacked. So it's really important that we understand how cells communicate. Our goal in the series is to teach you how to consistently show up aligning and realigning your awareness, perceptions, intentions, motivations, and behaviors to the unwavering commitment of the forensic truth while consciously navigating somatically through transparency, coherence, and authenticity. So this can be achieved basically through daily practice. You do not have to create any more time for this work. You actually do the work while you're living your life. So we basically want to create a daily practice where sovereignty becomes the automatically default, natural, unshakable position that emerges through sensory, spatial, temporal perception. So this is the master key that lets us communicate directly to the control layer through the Poli-Si sovereign resonant formalism. So sovereignty doesn't seek permission, agreement, validation, or acceptance. It doesn't force, it doesn't argue, and it does not defend. It simply just is. It's radically aligned, self-governing, and resonant. So your cellular memory and cellular language, that is basically every cell in your body is a sovereign historian and a living poet. It basically it does not merely react, it remembers and speaks, okay? Cellular memory is the encrypted archive of every signal, every environment, and every experience that you have ever known. Cellular language is the real-time dialogue that transmits meaning between sovereign agents, okay? Cells do not forget. It's important to note that we are always, always, always encoding. Every trigger, every all or nothing thought, every personality distortion is written into the archive in real time. The beauty of doing this work, though, is that we possess the power to decode, encode, and consciously re-encode these biomarkers by working through triggers and personality distortions. They are precise guides showing us where polarity needs integration and where the biofield has lost resonance. So we were basically born into a system that told us we have to seek permission to exist. That conditioning created false priors, now stored in the cellular archive. So the original code is still inside of us, and it is sovereign, and it's just waiting for us to remember. So let's practice a little guided journey for re-encoding the cellular archive. Go ahead and find a comfortable position, seated or lying down. Gently close your eyes and soften your gaze. Let's take a slow breath in and release with a soft sigh. Give me 3 rounds as you inhale coherence and exhale static. Okay, let's focus on present moment sensory awareness. Bring your full attention into the body. Feel your feet, your hands, the gentle movement of your breath. Notice whatever sensations are present, any warmth, tension, energy, emotion. No need to change anything. Just observe. This is your sovereign awareness anchoring you into the living signal. Feel the cells listening and archive gently opening. Let's focus on emotional honesty and radical self-accountability. Now ask softly, what old memory, trigger, or pattern is active in my field right now? Name it honestly without judgment or story, and just listen. Does it feel like a contradiction or a fear? Is there a need to ask for permission to exist? Speak gently or aloud. I see you. I am here. I take full accountability for how I respond now. Let's feel the cellular language begin to shift. The archive is receiving clean, transparent input without distortion. Now let's focus on re-encoding with truth, transparency, coherence, and authenticity. Run the control layer through the formula, truth, what is actually here. Transparency, no hiding. Coherence, breathing into the spaces. Inhale, exhale. Speak to your cells as if you're talking to a loving friend. You can always say, dear sovereign cells, thank you for carrying the old code and keeping me safe. We are updating the archive together. From this moment forward, we choose resonance. We choose sovereignty. Let's feel the warmth moving through every cell, re-encoding our memory, harmonizing our language, restoring the field. So the scorpion and the frog now walk side by side. The river carries them both in harmony. Let's take one more deep breath in. When you're ready, gently wiggle your fingers and toes. Open your eyes. Okay, so that again is practicing the living mechanics of sovereignty. When all of your cells no longer have to ask permission to exist. They have only ever asked to be read clearly. That's it. By consistently aligning and realigning with the control layer, beginning with present moment sensory awareness, emotional honesty, and self-accountability, you become the sovereign decoder of your cellular language and the compassionate rewriter of your cellular memory. Sovereignty is no longer something you chase. It becomes the automatic default. Align at the control layer. Listen to your cellular language. Honor your cellular memory. And watch true neurocognitive anatomical sovereignty expand at every scale of your being. I would practice this daily journey a few times a day. The more consistently you show up, the more natural sovereignty feels. Just remember, you're always sovereign, you're always home. The breath is always, always there for you to anchor into. The biofield is always listening. You can front load coherence. Breathe into your spaces. Allow yourself time to listen to your body. Ask the right questions. What am I not seeing? How can I see this better? What's one small thing that I could change and I would change if I just knew what it was? Am I lying to myself to avoid a painful truth? Am I allowing myself to be manipulated? What am I most afraid of? What am I most afraid of losing? If you can make it through those questions, you will receive sovereign answers, believe me. All you have to do is keep showing up and practicing. So, all right, guys, have a beautiful day. I will see you next video.